Hello ladies and gents, I am Nother, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play series, the Nother Neter campaign. So, this is my slightly modified version of the quest for Neter. As you can see, there has been some slight changes to the water, the sky, and this weather will be constant throughout. There won't be any difference in the weather, it will always be this constant weather. I might decide to change it at certain points when facing certain enemies, but I do believe this will provide a lot better viewing experience and recording experience, being able to see the battles happen and not have to worry about the constant poor weather, which I was having a great difficulty with some of the battles in Ashes of the Empire, and also when I played Adventure Mode. So as you can see, there are a few little designs I have spawned in here, and that is because this is going to be another community Let's Play. However, there is going to be a slight difference than the way I was accepting submissions in Ashes of the Empire.
Orders complete.
Thank you for orders complete. There is going to be limitations, and the way limitations will work is that there will be a 15k resource cost limitation for the first designs. So Elegance, Deep Water Guard, the maximum cost will be 15k. However, then when we defeat the Deep Water Guard and head on to the Onyx Watch, we will actually go up. So we'll have another 15k, so we can have 30k designs there. And then when we face the White Flares, again it will go up to 45k. For every captured resource zone, so there's a resource zone, I think over here in Airwick, once we capture that, we can actually upgrade one of our ships to that tier of designs. So we're facing Deep Water Guard, we capture this one of our designs can go up to 30k. Against the Onyx Watch, when we capture one of their designs before we take out their HQ, we'll be able to go up to a single design up to 45k. This will allow just a little bit of variation and also give a good incentive to try and capture those resource nodes, because it will actually enhance our forces quite considerably, because we'll have another tier of forces. And that should be quite interesting. Limitation is quite stringent, but that is because I want it to be a fleet battle, but I don't want the fleets to be too large that we don't know what's going on. I want there to be, a little bit of interaction of things going on between the forces and try and monitor the combat more directly. The final and probably more important thing of how this is going to actually affect the combat in the Nother Neter is essentially what I did to start with. As you can see, I have selected the spawning. There were no forces. There were no expert forces. There were no godly forces. There's only regular. However, every single design in the game has been changed to regular difficulty. We can face normal, easy designs, regular, expert, godly at any point. Every single design is unlocked, and so it's going to be quite random what we're facing, because for one time we might face a load of Sea Vipers, and then the next we might face Crossbones, Pilferer and a Kraken. It's going to be quite mad, and that's going to be interesting, because a lot of designs and playthroughs I've seen of From the Depths is that a lot of players like to go towards the godly or the expert, and so the limitations of some of the designs are absolutely fantastic, and you really miss out a lot of the content in From the Depths from all the fantastic designs, the community submitted designs to the campaign, for the actual official campaign, and it's a real shame. But obviously the fleet campaign battle points is an issue, because this is balanced-ish regarding easy, regular, expert and godly, and so you might have a 50-point design in godly and a 50-point design in easy, but they're not equal. To combat this, what I've done is every godly design is worth its exact same price. So the 50 is worth 50. Expert have a 10% reduction, so 50 battle point design will now be cost 45. Regular 40 will be a 20%, so it'll be 40, and then easy it will be a 30% reduction. This means that we will get a lot more spawn in. So if we have a load of easy designs, then we have a lot more forces there, and so the idea is that I'm hoping that we'll get a good mixture of designs, and it's really going to be the easy and the regular ones where we actually face a lot more. And I actually consider probably the regular designs are going to be very, very nasty because they're quite tough and they don't always have the pure strength of the expert or godly designs, but when you have a reduction in the battle point system, it's going to be very interesting. Additionally, what I am doing, I am accepting submissions from other players for use in the campaign, so long as the designs match the actual factions in play. So, for example, we have this design, the Carbon Up by Iron Fudge. This is going to be added to the Steel Strike faction, and if I load it in, you'll see why. It is a perfect example of a Steel Strider's ship. And so I am accepting designs such as this, so long as they match the criteria of the faction. I will use them in the campaign. I'll try and work out a rough estimate of what we're facing, and then we'll go from there. So, let's just show a rough design idea of what could happen. So essentially we could face off again, so just spawn in a few little random things. Mayhem can occur when you spawn in a load of very random designs. I think I may have spawned in a couple too many, but you know, that's all part of the fun, isn't it? So we'll end it on an actual battle. Part of the reason it's actually lagging is two of the enemies decided to spawn in with each other, so there's a massive collision going on here. So yeah, the Crossbones and Plunderer decided to crash. The Tortiga, yeah, I know it's a Tortiga. So straight away, unfortunately, Sovereign's little design got completely annihilated because it had full cram broadside at point blank range. Strike it. The Steel Strider's design, though, this is the sort of thing which I am really looking forward to utilising. Look at that, it's a beautiful ship. And it's got good ranged weapons, and well, I won't be utilising it, I'll be getting shot by it. There we go, you can see it's all working very nicely. And we do also have these other designs. So do have cram cannons and that, so they will be working quite nicely against the actual enemy. And I do expect we will have a lot of casualties. Oops, and I'm getting injured. But I do expect we will receive a lot of casualties in battle, but that's all part of the fun, I think. And I've been killed. So yes, I would like to have some more designs to play around with. Do add in some more submissions, and as I say, currently we're at the 15k limit because we're facing the Deepwater Guard. So please do make some submissions. I'm not really trying to keep too much limitation, but I would like you to refrain from using lure where possible, because, well, I've been having a few problems recently regarding lure and crashing my computer, well, crashing my game, and I don't want that to be occurring, because if I do start having issues like that, then I'm just going to have to stop utilising the design or remove the lure box entirely. So if possible, try to refrain from using lure, though it isn't actually banned, but do try and refrain from using it as a course. So it is looking very interesting. We're facing, you know, all sorts of things at once, so I do believe this will be a very good and interesting campaign, because we're going to be able to see a lot of other designs and also because I have created an edited instance of Neter and playing it, I can make changes on the fly. I can add new vehicles in, I can change the spawn rate. So for example, if we're facing too much of a certain unit, I can change it, or I can actually change it to be easier or harder as time progresses, allowing a much more dynamic, and I think a much more interesting playthrough. Because one thing I did find with Ashes, and also a lot of the adventure mode, is that at a certain point the game gets trivial. To an extent. You can just throw out dozens and dozens and dozens of vehicles, or have a battleship worth millions, and it can be quite trivial. But by keeping editing and changing and all sorts, I should be able to keep the game more balanced and more interesting for the duration of the Let's Play. But in order for that, I need more vehicles, so do please send submissions. So probably the best place I prefer to get them is via Discord, so then it's quick and easy for me to check, edit, and talk about any changes or adjustments which might need to be needed. Though the forums are also good, so you can submit them on the forums or via the Steam Workshop. However, Steam Workshop, I again have had a few troubles with it not sending me the correct version of the vehicle, so sometimes there can be some issues there regarding the effectiveness of your craft. Still, please do take some submissions, consider submitting forces, friend or foe, and yes, looking forward to playing another Neter. But that's it for me for now. I shall see you next time, and a different out.